It looks like Grand Theft Auto 5 and GTA Online might be severely slowing down, at least on the new generation consoles. What's going on, guys? My name is Ross, or Mr. Boss for the win, and today we're going to talk about what that might be. Are players finally getting bored with GTA 5? Is Grand Theft Auto Online starting to die? Is it the Grand Theft Auto 6 effect? Or in an alternative universe, did Rockstar put out some tweet that looks like this? Could you imagine if they did something like this? They did not put out this tweet today, but you can make easily faked tweets. Like, what if they said there'll be no more GTA Online updates as we work on developing GTA 6? Please stay tuned for more details. I mean, if they said something like that, you'd think a lot of people might jump off the game. And since the game is getting updated so infrequently, some people honestly might think that. But there was a lot of data released that showed Grand Theft Auto 5 had a huge month on the old generation consoles, but a not so great month on the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and S. So this comes from the PlayStation site as well as gamesindustry.biz, talking about the monthly sales for the month of May, which we actually just got a couple of days ago. So GTA 5 had a huge month in May, according to PlayStation, as well as some sales charts. But its success was actually mostly on the PlayStation 4. So last month, GTA 5 became the third most downloaded PlayStation 4 game in the US, Canada, and in Europe. That's wild. So this is an increase from 5th place in April in North America. Now, it did drop down from 2nd place in Europe, but it's only by one spot. Now, what makes this very interesting is this is all happening despite there being no new content updates, and there's a newer and even, if you can see my air quotes, better version of the game out on PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and S. So last generation gamers just keep playing the game despite no new content and nothing slowing down. Now, it's actually quite the opposite on that on the new generation systems. So following the release of next-gen PS5 version in March, it actually slipped out of the top 20 in North America. It's not even on the list at all. And in Europe, it slid down all the way to 17th. Now, to play devil's advocate here, one factor why on the PlayStation 5 it might have slipped down so far is that this does not include GTA Online downloads. And on the PlayStation 5 and on the Xbox Series X until June 14th, GTA Online is either discounted or it has been free for all PS Plus users. So it's very likely that many of these players are only downloading Grand Theft Auto Online and not diving back into the story mode, especially because a lot of the upgrades that Rockstar did for the new generation version were done for single player and were not done for Grand Theft Auto Online. We're not done for single player, but instead were done for Grand Theft Auto Online. So you can expect that some players probably haven't even returned to the adventures of Michael, Trevor, and Franklin on the PlayStation 5. Now, meanwhile, just diving into the UK sales charts, GTA 5 was the 4th best-selling game last month. This is reported by gamesindustry.biz. However, Grand Theft Auto 5 was pushed down to 4th by newer mega hits like Nintendo Switch Sports and Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga. Now, despite slipping, it is still holding its own against other new titles, and the charts we're looking at today include both digital and physical sales in the UK. It's also worth noting that no big new games were released during this period. But long story short, it seems like GTA 5 isn't going anywhere on the last gen, certainly, and it also looks like the numbers are a little bit skewed on the new gen, because I can guarantee you there is a boatload of downloads of GTA Online. When I hop on PlayStation 5, that's where I play my main GTA Online accounts, it is always full. Like, every single session is completely full. So it doesn't look like it's going anywhere anytime soon, which is kind of bad news if you're a GTA 6 fan. I guess in a way it's both good and bad because it gives Rockstar the opportunity to work on the game without having to rush things out the door. GTA Online has bought them pretty much as much time as they want, but in the same rate, it's almost bought them too much time where they've been able to take so long with it, it's probably going to be over a decade from when Grand Theft Auto 5 first came out to when GTA 6 comes out. And that is an incredibly long time. So I think that's what fans are going to be frustrated with the most here. They might still really enjoy Grand Theft Auto Online, but they don't want it to come at the expense of not having a game like Grand Theft Auto 6 out. And I can totally see and understand the frustration there. Now, since we're on the subject of Grand Theft Auto Online updates impacting GTA 6, we kind of have to talk about what Tez Funds 2 might actually happen next in Grand Theft Auto Online, whether it be in the summer or whether it be in the winter here in 2022. So just looking at this post on the GTA forum site, someone said this island hopper sounds like an experiment with making the map modular, so they can plug in more map expansions over time. Not that I'd expect much with this iteration of GTA Online. With him saying, but its use is complicated enough that it would raise doubts about it being a future-proofing method. It's more of a tool Rockstar came up with to boost the flexibility of how designers approach the development of Cayo Perico. It's hard-coded, and the 5M devs have had a bad experience experimenting it to the point where they ditched the hopper and straight up called the assets of Cayo Perico to load up the island. The island hopper wasn't the only tool Rockstar came up with to assist the designers. A creator mode focused on free mode that is now being utilized with every DLC moving forward since Cayo Perico. A similar creator mode was created for handling DJ tracks as well. Rob Nelson mentioned those tools as the more polished infrastructure that now allows them to make large storyline type experiences. And you guys can see the quote there. I think it was probably too busy at first, and then there weren't enough little things for you to do in the world. We also didn't have the infrastructure to do big things, and we needed to create that infrastructure so you can have big, wild storyline type experiences. We just didn't have that capability at the start. We didn't necessarily think we would need it. Going on to say, I'm sure this summer update would have a storyline type experience as well, and so would the December update. So when you think of storyline type of experience, think of the Cayo Perico heist. Think of the Doomsday heist, pretty much all the heist missions we have, but especially the newer ones. Think of the Diamond Casino and Resort. Think of the After Hours update, where there's lots of cutscenes and there's stories and there's characters, and where the entire thing almost feels like a miniature movie. That's what I think we're going to be dealing with here in the summer update and in the December update, and probably all the updates going forward until Grand Theft Auto Online ceases to exist and we eventually move on to Grand Theft Auto 6 and whatever iteration of multiplayer we're going to get there, Grand Theft Auto Online 2, or just a universal Grand Theft Auto Online that only features the content from GTA 6. I don't know, but I'd love to hear from you guys in those comments down below on everything we discussed in this video today. The continued success for Grand Theft Auto Online and what this means for GTA 6, and also what do you think we're going to see in the next couple of updates based on what we've heard from the likes of Rob Nelson. Let me know what you think in those comments down below. I'd love to hear from you guys down there. If you guys did go and enjoy this video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new. You want to stay up to date on all the latest GTA and all the Rockstar Games videos that I'll be doing here on my channel. And be sure to ring that notification bell as well. Sometimes YouTube just doesn't work, and if you ring that bell, you'll always be guaranteed to be notified when new videos arrive. But of course, as always, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.